So we have a little Astra, and it's a Holden or Opal Astra, and we're talking about changing the clutch here. Now, and just to show you, I just took that up, put a bar up there, put a piece of timber there, put one there, do that. I put a chain here just to hold it, just to hold the engine up so that there's no pressure on that side and we don't break off any of these the pipes or things like that around here, so they stay there. Now, the first thing you need to do, you take the wheel off, you take the nut out of in there, the big nut, so you take that out, and I always undo these two and then I just flop this down. There's no pressure on here, so that's quite loose. And I can leave that drive shaft in there, right? So I don't have to take that drive shaft out. I just knock the steering arm off there, and then over the other side here I do the same, but on this side here I pull the shaft out of the gearbox and just sit it in there, so it's sitting in there. Then you come up and then you just take that mounting off. You undo the bolts around the gearbox. You pull this part here out, and then you use the jack under there, and you just jack it up a little bit and take the clutch out. So you can take. So we can take the clutch out, and I've got the clutch out there, and I've put the new one in there. So the new clutch is sitting in there. So that's the new clutch, and there's the new throwout bearing is in there. And a lot of people say, well, how do you line the clutch up? Well, just in through, hang on, I'll get my light out of here. Just got stuck up in there for some reason. Just in through there, you can see, if you can see there's the clutch plate is in there. And so you can see the clutch plate in there, in that little gap, and that little gap is repeated 3 times around. So what you're looking for is this clutch plate here lines up with the outer edge of the pressure plate. So all the way around it's lined up with the outer edge. So that's all you're looking for when you are lining the clutch plate up. So make sure that it sits in, it's just fractionally smaller, but it almost lines up. So if you got the same, if you're having a look at it and you've got the same gap around there, it's really easy to line up. On others you can just put your fingers in and feel it, but on this one here, you just look in through this little gap here that you get here, and when you look in through there you can see the clutch plate lined up there, and then you just bolt it up and Bob's your uncle. So that's the throwout bearing in it, so that's in there. You will need these special torque bits and sockets to do this job. So that's it. So you don't need one of these to line your clutch up. Most of the clutches you just do like that. I've probably only ever in the last 40 years used a clutch aligning tool probably less than 10 times. So that's the guts of it. So that's a little Astra one, and then you just put it back together and it's all fine. So I hope that helps you and everyone in the Astra field.